Hey, Steelers Nation! Welcome back to the channel, where we bring you all the latest updates, insights, and behind-the-scenes stories from your Pittsburgh Steelers. As we celebrate the team's solid win against Washington, we're reminded of the highs and lows of this game, because while we came out on top, there were some injury concerns that could impact us moving forward. Our mission is to keep getting better every week, and every fan watching helps fuel that drive. So, if you're here for exclusive Steelers news, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to stay in the loop. The Steelers are sitting pretty at 7-2 after a tough matchup against the Washington Commanders. It's a game that showed our team's grit, strength, and depth, but it wasn't without some nail-biting moments. We had injuries to two key players, Highsmith and Najee Harris, both of whom are crucial to our success this season. Today, we're breaking down what these injuries could mean for the team, what we can expect moving forward, and the impact of each player's absence, should they miss time. Highsmith's return from a recent groin injury has been nothing short of inspiring, bringing much-needed pressure off the edge. Together with TJ Watt, Highsmith forms one of the most feared pass-rushing duos in the league. But on Sunday, Steelers fans held their breath as Highsmith rolled his ankle after a rough tackle attempt. Now, Steelers insider Jerry Dulac provided a preliminary update, suggesting that Highsmith might miss at least 2 games while he recovers. Of course, that's just an initial report, and the team is awaiting MRI results to understand the full extent of the damage. For a defense that thrives on relentless pressure, losing Highsmith, even temporarily, is a hit. He's tallied 3 sacks and 8 QB hits this season, constantly disrupting plays and challenging offenses to adjust. His absence leaves a gap on that side of the line, putting more pressure on TJ Watt and testing the Steelers' defensive depth. Here's some good news: Nick Herbig is expected back this Sunday, and he'll play an essential role while Highsmith recovers. Although Herbig is still young, he's already shown he has game-wrecking potential. He's fast, agile, and has proven he can get to the quarterback in limited snaps. This is his chance to show Steelers Nation what he's capable of in a starting role, and he's ready to answer the call. With Herbig and the rest of the defensive unit stepping up, Coach Mike Tomlin will likely make some adjustments to keep the pressure up. Tomlin is no stranger to adapting under pressure, and this season's philosophy has been all about the next man-up mentality. Highsmith's absence may force the team to get creative with different defensive schemes, but with veteran Preston Smith now in the mix, our defense still has strong options. Now let's shift to the offensive side of things with Najee Harris. Our workhorse running back took a tough hit to the ankle late in the game against Washington. After getting rolled up on during a run, he was slow to get up, and trainers came out to check on him. Fortunately, he was able to jog off and even return to the game, but Harris is still set to undergo further testing. "I got rolled up on," Harris shared with reporters. "Got back into the game, but I'll have further tests done tomorrow to see what it exactly is." Steelers fans, this is a sigh of relief. Harris has been a consistent and resilient player, rarely missing games due to injury. With 592 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns this season, he's a huge reason why the Steelers' offense has remained balanced. His impact on the field cannot be overstated, especially as the team gears up for a challenging stretch ahead. Harris finished the game with 53 yards and a touchdown, but if the tests reveal anything serious, we may need to prepare for a temporary absence. He's expected to miss some practice days this week to rest, but he should still be on track to play in Week 11 against the Baltimore Ravens. If he's not ready, then Jaylen Warren will step into the lead role, with Cordarrelle Patterson also available for support. Jaylen Warren has been quietly proving his worth all season, showing he can be a dynamic playmaker in his own right. If Harris needs to sit out even for 1 game, Warren is more than capable of stepping up. He's explosive, quick on his feet, and gives the Steelers an exciting option in the backfield. Warren's strong performances have shown he's ready for increased responsibility, and a starting opportunity would give him a real chance to shine. Pairing Warren with Patterson provides a complementary dynamic, as both players bring different skill sets to the field. Patterson is versatile, with experience in both rushing and receiving roles, which gives the Steelers flexibility in play calling. So while we hope Harris will be back on the field soon, it's reassuring to know that our depth at running back is in good shape. Highsmith's return this season has been huge for Pittsburgh. His drive, power, and game awareness have made him one of the defense's standout performers. Missing him for even a couple of games will put the Steelers' defensive line to the test, especially as we face key opponents in the coming weeks. We're looking at a tough schedule, and each game could be crucial in holding our half-game lead in the AFC North. Without Highsmith, TJ Watt will face even more attention from offensive linemen, as teams focus on neutralizing our main pass rush threat. The addition of Preston Smith, however, has already proven beneficial, and he'll be relied on even more if Highsmith remains sidelined. The Steelers' defensive scheme will likely need some adjustments to account for Highsmith's absence. Tomlin may opt for a rotation of players to keep fresh legs on the field, and we could see the coaching staff getting creative with blitz packages to maintain pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Steelers fans know that defense has been a cornerstone of this team's success, and this injury will be yet another test of the resilience of our defensive unit. Looking ahead, we've got a crucial divisional matchup against the Baltimore Ravens next week. With the Ravens right on our heels in the AFC North standings, this game carries major implications for playoff positioning. Highsmith's and Harris's availability will significantly impact the game plan on both sides of the ball, and their absence would add another layer of complexity to this critical showdown. Our defense needs to be on point to contain Lamar Jackson and the Ravens' versatile offense. Highsmith's pass rushing abilities have been crucial in forcing turnovers and making plays in the backfield. Losing him means the Ravens' offensive line can focus more on TJ Watt, potentially limiting our ability to disrupt Jackson's rhythm. But with Herbig stepping up and Preston Smith adding veteran presence, the Steelers' defense is still poised to make an impact. On offense, having a healthy Najee Harris allows Pittsburgh to control the tempo, keep Jackson off the field, and wear down the Ravens' defense. Harris's physicality and ability to break tackles make him invaluable, especially in a close divisional game. If he's unable to play, Jaylen Warren and Cordarrelle Patterson will need to step up and give us that balanced attack we rely on. Steelers fans, let's take a minute to reflect on how far this team has come. The 2024 offseason was a defining moment for the Steelers, as the front office recognized the necessity of a reliable quarterback to lead us deep into the playoffs. With Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, and Mason Rudolph all exiting the roster, it marked the start of a new era for Pittsburgh. General Manager Omar Khan didn't hold back in revamping the QB room, bringing in Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, and Kyle Allen. Fields quickly proved himself as a dynamic playmaker, and the Steelers' 4-2 start had many fans and analysts alike speculating that Fields could be the long-term solution at QB. But then, Wilson returned from a calf injury, and since rejoining the lineup, he's been nothing short of spectacular. In the last 3 games alone, Wilson has reminded the league why he was once one of the NFL's most efficient passers, putting up solid numbers and managing games like the true veteran he is. Wilson's time with the Denver Broncos wasn't easy, and many fans wondered if his peak years were behind him. But so far, his time in Pittsburgh has shown that Wilson still has a lot left in the tank. He's playing on a veteran minimum contract, which not only saves the Steelers money but also gives Wilson a chance to prove his worth on the field without the pressure of a massive contract. In Pittsburgh, Wilson has thrived with the support of a strong defense and a system that lets him air the ball out, just like he did in his Seattle days. It's a setup that's helped Wilson play with confidence and efficiency, which has shown in his nearly flawless performances since coming back from injury. Tomlin's strategy has allowed Wilson to focus on limiting mistakes and making the most out of every drive, exactly what we want to see in a playoff-caliber QB. With the team's success and Wilson's impressive performances, some fans and analysts are already talking about a potential contract extension. But here's where it gets interesting. Wilson, Fields, and even Kyle Allen will all be free agents after this season, meaning the front office has some serious decisions to make. Let's dive into what the future could look like. Fields is young and full of potential, and he could be a solution for the franchise's long-term QB needs. However, Wilson's recent play makes it tough for the team to look past his veteran expertise. His pedigree, proven track record, and recent success in our system mean he might just be the answer Pittsburgh is looking for. Signing Wilson to a longer deal wouldn't be without challenges. He'd likely demand a higher salary, which could complicate the Steelers' cap space and future roster decisions. At the same time, players like TJ Watt and George Pickens are expected to seek contract extensions in the 2025 offseason. Cap management will be crucial, but Wilson's play may be too convincing to ignore. Imagine having a QB with his leadership and experience guiding this young and talented roster. It could be exactly what the Steelers need to make a Super Bowl run. One factor that can't be overlooked is head coach Mike Tomlin's role in this decision. Tomlin recently signed a 3-year extension, solidifying his place with the Steelers and his commitment to building a winning team. Tomlin has consistently put the team in a position to succeed, even through challenging times. His confidence in Wilson, and the trust he's shown by starting him over Fields, speaks volumes about his view of Wilson's potential to lead this team. Tomlin's leadership has always emphasized accountability, resilience, and discipline. His belief in Wilson aligns with those values, and it's clear he's looking to develop a system that maximizes the team's strengths while pushing for championships now. The Steelers, under Tomlin's guidance, aren't waiting for a rebuild, they're pushing to win with the pieces they have. Wilson's on-field performance seems to be a key part of that vision. Reports from inside the Steelers organization suggest the locker room is backing Wilson in a big way. His veteran presence and ability to connect with younger players have brought stability and confidence to the team. From sideline discussions to post-game speeches, Wilson's leadership style resonates with the roster. It's something that can't always be measured in stats but is crucial in defining a team's chemistry and cohesion. Team chemistry is often the difference maker in big games, and the Steelers' unity has been apparent throughout the season. Wilson's ability to rally the team, especially in high-stakes situations, is one of the qualities that make him such an attractive option to retain. The players trust him, and that could play a major role in the organization's decision-making process. Here's where the business side of things comes into play. In addition to Wilson, the Steelers have two cornerstone players, T.J. Watt and George Pickens, who are due for contract extensions in 2025. Keeping Watt, a defensive player of the year and fan favorite, will be a priority, and Pickens has proven himself as an emerging offensive star. General Manager Omar Khan will have his work cut out for him, balancing these priorities while keeping cap space manageable. Wilson's contract will need to fit into this puzzle, and while cap space can be manipulated to an extent, quarterback deals are substantial. If the Steelers believe Wilson can lead them to the Super Bowl, they may find a way to make it happen. This decision could also impact other roster moves, as the Steelers will need to maintain flexibility to build around their core players. But Khan's knack for savvy deals and strategic planning means the team is in capable hands. Justin Fields, the backup option or the future? Let's not forget Fields, who many initially believed could be the future of the franchise. While Wilson's been commanding the starting role, Fields' potential remains undeniable. He brings a different skill set with his athleticism and ability to make plays on the ground. Fields has shown flashes of brilliance, but whether or not he'll get his shot in Pittsburgh could depend on what happens with Wilson. Fields may still be the backup plan, especially if Wilson's performance starts to decline, but for now, it seems likely he'll need to wait. This offseason will be crucial for Fields as he evaluates his future with the team, as he could potentially pursue a starting role elsewhere. With all of these factors in play, the next few months could be pivotal for the Steelers. If Wilson maintains his impressive form, he could become the new face of the franchise for the next few years, guiding Pittsburgh through a critical era. But if Fields continues to develop and shows his own potential, the Steelers may face a decision that could shape the future of the organization for years to come. As we prepare for the upcoming match against the Ravens, every game brings Wilson closer to solidifying his case. The pressure is on, but Steelers fans know that our team thrives in high-stakes situations. This quarterback decision is one that's full of exciting possibilities, and Steelers Nation will be watching every step of the way. Alright, Steelers Nation, now it's time to hear from you. What do you think about these injuries? How do you feel about Nick Herbig stepping up on defense, and do you trust Jaylen Warren to carry the load if Harris is sidelined? Will the team's depth be enough to keep the Steelers strong against tough competition? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. This team thrives on the support and passion of fans like you, and we want to know how you're feeling. And before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Steelers Nation, we're in this together, and with every game, we're one step closer to the postseason. Thanks for tuning in, and let's keep the energy up for our Steelers. Here's to a quick recovery for Highsmith and Harris, and to a strong push in the AFC North.